All right, so a viewer of mine got C2 R1 Lauma. Wait, actually R1? No, yeah, R1. Cool. I just gonna, like, I can, it's 3 level. Oh, you broke, that's why. Shouldn't matter too much, but probably should get that last 5 levels. We're gonna go into a team. Here is Alhaitham Hyperbloom, I guess. So Raiden apparently needs no, Raiden's got artifacts, so that feels bad. Why? The choices some people make, like letting me on their account. Let's go ahead, let's get into the team. Here's the card. All right, you've seen the card. Yeah, I'm starting to try and do that. Well, we're here to see the bloom damage anyway, not necessarily Alhaitham's damage, obviously, so we should be completely fine. This is going to be a little bit of a spicy thing right here. I also don't know how to play Alhaitham because I've never had to use him, so this will absolutely be a spicy, fun video. So let's go ahead. Oh, yeah, I'm regenerating energy. Great. All right, so Lauma, go ahead. Q skill, E skill, still only like a little bit. So what can we see in terms of hyperbloom? 60,000 hyperbloom damage, 123,000. Weirdly, not a lot. Like, weirdly, that's not a lot of hyperbloom damage, if you ask me. Like, genuinely, not that much. Yeah, 1,200 EM Raiden. I mean, it's not nothing. I mean, probably just because it has a lot of buffage right now. Interesting. Very interesting. We saw that right there. I mean, we're talking about 60,000. That is a 50% increase to bloom damage. Like, undeniably, that is what we saw there. Because my Lauma can do around 40,000 with Raiden on Hyperblooms. Like, she could do upwards of that amount of damage. Her own E-skill didn't really do any extra damage, although non-crit 60,000, I mean, that's not awful, but again, I think it's a little so let's go ahead and let's do this real quick. Let me go ahead, grab that. So I think what I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to show off a little bit of the healing. Because this, not only do we have, you know, C1. Oh, they bought the Nilo skin. Cool. Let's go ahead and grab the Raiden pieces onto Xingqiu here. Because Xingqiu is their Hydro Applicator, which, to be honest, makes a lot of sense. It's very nice that this is just lined up for me. Like, I'm able to take all the pieces from Raiden. Yeah. So, because of the way that he has it structured, where, you know, I'm just going to try this. I have no idea whether it's going to work. Yeah, but there we go. All right, so now we'll see the bloom damage. 58,000, 114. I'll be honest. This is incredibly weak. What is wrong with this team? What? Huh? This makes no sense at all. Like, genuinely. Wow. I am incredibly glad that I saw this. What? Are you serious? Huh? Like, this character, she's got, I mean, the only difference between this character and mine, I mean, you can see now with actual having her buffs active from her weapon, the damage elemental mastery right here, it's not that much different. And it's like, I mean, granted, doesn't have this max level. Mine is max level. But man, this C2? I mean, are we serious? You would think this would be like 200,000 damage. I am very weirded out by this. Because, like, the amount of damage buff that I'm getting from this, it really isn't a lot, right? Like, I don't know, man. I obviously on someone else's account can't rely. You can see now how Bloom is, you know, working out. When we trigger it, we're getting heals and stuff. Like, we'll go ahead and do that. Well, let me. I'm gonna pop Nilo's Q real quick. Right, Nilo's Q. We do that. We triggered it and we heal. Right. That is one great thing about this team. And honestly, if it wasn't, actually, yeah, Baiju doesn't need to be on this team. Baiju, I get why he's here. He's here to put, you know, 120 elemental mastery on your characters. I feel like it might be more worthwhile to go ahead and grab Yelan, right? Like, this is really weird to me. The amount of damage buff that we're getting, especially for the Bloom team, like, actually nothing. I mean, I get the... No, it shouldn't work like that. All right. I'm gonna just go ahead, do another rotation here. it really doesn't make sense to me. What are Baiju's? Well, Baiju has 8 seconds of 120 elemental mastery, and it can't be activated off field. So we'll wait. But I'm not like crazy about this already. That's crazy. I was like ready to start seeing like 150,000 plus balloons, but no, it just doesn't exist. Apparently, it just, yeah. So let's go ahead. Let's do this. Of course, this now that's 100,000. But I can do that 62,000. Man, this is insane. Because don't forget, this isn't just Lauma gaining her C2. This is Lauma with her weapon. Like, so some of this damage, like extra damage, is because of her weapon. What is the difference between this character? Like, I really don't know, right? I guess well, okay. Big thing that's different between my team when I use this, right? When I use this team, I'm using Kokomi, right? And I'm using Nahida instead of Baiju. What does that do to when you're using the character, right? When you're using the character, Baiju goes away and gets replaced with Nahida, 250 elemental mastery. And Xingqiu gets replaced with Kokomi. Kokomi is a character who you build her up. I mean, I'm pretty confident this person doesn't have Kokomi, but using Kokomi, she stays on field. So she's getting that 250 elemental mastery. She's also getting, oh, well, actually, there is one thing I can look at. Furina actually stole Neela's weapon. I'm glad I realized that, but I don't think it's enough. I don't think it's enough to make any difference here, really. Like, it'll definitely show, but I just really, I mean, we saw 60,000, but man, compare that with other characters' C2. Like, compare that with Lolly's C2, man. Like, that just is not even comparable. like genuinely, compare Lauma's C2 with Lolly's. What is on? I just, because you don't want to use Kokomi anymore, right? You don't want to use Kokomi. I really don't know what to do. Like, maybe the idea would be to use who is triggering the balloons. I would assume it's Xingqiu, but I think genuinely, if we could do Hydro the entire time, have Lauma be our triggerer, right? Have Lauma be the character who triggers. I really feel like there's a good chance that the team is overall better. I'm going to test that in a minute, but yeah, let's get to this. I'm gonna, regen my energy, E skill with you, Q skill with you, Q skill and E skill. Okay, that didn't actually hit him, but as you can see here, we're applying so much Dendro, and 62,000. I mean, that is more than what I do now with Kokomi, right? At, assuming it's a Xingqiu. I don't know the exact elemental mastery, but it can't be far off. Like, that is more than I do. That is, right? My bloom damage, I think, is around 50, maybe closer to 40, right? Maybe like 47,000 or something like that. I think that's what it's at. So it's not non-existent, but man, for a passive that looks like this, or like a constellation that looks like this, man, I would think this would be insane, but it really isn't. And I've heard this before. I've heard people say this before, but I was like, no way this level of damage increase is great. I really, like, you obviously see the difference, but again, C2, this isn't C1, right? C1, 20% increase, right? Whatever, but it isn't. If you're wondering, it's not. So even then, C1 worse, so that means C2 needs to make up for it, right? Because that's generally how it works. That's how C-Lolly worked, right? Like, C-Lolly worked to where, oh, her C1, it's good, not amazing, you'll get some damage off of it. Oh my god, her C2 makes your character 40% better. Get it. However, this character, again, let's go ahead and let's try my theory. If we can get it to work where Yelan and Xingqiu are applying so much Hydro that Lauma then becomes the activator of the Dendro cores, that will be better. It will do more damage because Lauma has more E, right? So I'm just gonna put my full trust. Now, this doesn't increase her energy, right? This doesn't increase her energy. Issue, right? It's an issue. Like, we can't deny it. Wait, hold on. What? Am I insane? Or I'm assuming I've never seen it generate 2 particles like that before. Or maybe I have, but her E skill just generated 2 particles, and I was very curious to wonder if, because you have so many Hydro characters, and yeah, Xingqiu here, he's on this set, I would just go ahead and give him Emblem back, right? Give him Emblem back, put him on Favonius Sword, put, you know, Yelan on Favonius Warbow, and just let that do your work for you in recovering Lauma's energy. I think genuinely, let's see how this works out. I feel like this is going to be better. All right, so there we go with that. And no, oh no, we're seeing very similar numbers. That's what we're seeing. Okay, I want to give it one more try. Because again, Lauma at 1000 base EM will get more EM from this. I want to see, because if she can, then you can, I mean, you could make Xingqiu wear Deepwood, give her the flower set. We should be triggering with Lauma, but man, Dendro must be really, really strong if this is what we're doing to trigger, right? All right, holding the E skill, doing the Q skill, or you know, whatever. No. It's the same amount of damage. I mean, we can then talk about something else, and that is, yeah, okay. So it's the same amount of damage. If anything, it's worse because Xingqiu became less of the activator. So I really, that's weird. Like, I don't know. I saw 62,000 damage. Maybe it's just that coincidental that Lauma has the perfect amount of elemental mastery to counteract the artifact set here. So 62,000 damage. I'm actually going to go onto my account for this. All right, so going onto my account, I'm going to go ahead over here. I'm going to give her C-Lolly's weapon again. I think I'm doing 40, like if I had to guess, 47,000 is what I think I do on my Bloom team, like my Bloom team. So let's see, because this, I mean, while different setup, I mean, if you just use this exact setup with Lauma, you disregard her C1. I mean, this shows the value in her C1 being very tremendously low if this ends up doing very similar damage. I mean, if this, I don't think it does similar damage because I don't think I do that much damage. I do have the event weapon on her right now. I'm going to change it in a minute. Actually, the person who lent me the account, actually, they did say they used Ayato. So I'm wondering if maybe just get rid of Kokomi here, use Ayato, because you have the healing now. You're going to heal more than the Dendro are going to hurt you, right? More than Dendro cores are going to hurt you. So it's very interesting. So this is my Bloom team. I'm gonna go ahead and give C-Lolly's weapon back to Lauma. Eventually, I will start using her on the event weapon. So let's go ahead. I'm gonna use this team, and I'm gonna see, does this matter? Like, is this good? Is it bad? Like, what are we exactly looking at in terms of a damage increase? Because I really feel like we're not seeing much. All right. See, like 79,000 right there. That should be more. And then I'm doing, oh, okay. All right. Oh, wait. Well, no. Hold on. We've got to do a little bit more. Oh, there's 100,000. We got to do a little bit more. The reason for that being is because my Kokomi probably is not built for Elemental Mastery scaling right now. So yeah, let's go ahead and see the Flower of the Lost Paradise. So we'll just take this off of Raiden real quick and give her all of these pieces. Okay, so let's get this going. I now have the full set on her. Hopefully this gives me enough energy. All right, well, we're gonna do this then. Yeah, see, did I just hit 150,000? I feel like I did. I like Lauma's E skill. Well, I guess I didn't check. Yeah, 52,000, man. So you're telling me C2, if I were to run that specific team, what's Nilu's Elemental Mastery? 1,300. I am very confident. Give Ayato, or even just keep Kokomi here. Give Ayato full EM, or give Nevi full EM, and put him in the same situation. I feel like there is a very, very good chance we're talking bigger numbers than what you're seeing with Xingqiu. Because Xingqiu, the issue with him, he can't benefit from Nahida, right? So, I mean, it's not necessarily the best test. I could recreate the same team, I guess. Well, I'll try that. Actually, no, I can't, because I'll just die. I will literally just die because I don't have a healer on that team. So, yeah, but yeah, you need your on-fielder to take advantage of Nahida's 250 elemental mastery if you want to do damage. And your on-fielder needs to be high. And I didn't even give her an EM weapon. I could have given her sacrificial fragments. And yeah, so Lauma C2, very good, but, you know, it's not a C2, I feel like. I feel like if I were to look at this the people that, do like, oh, sheets of paper, right? It does this much damage. I feel like this probably isn't as insane as other characters C2s, right? Because again, the one character I'm going to go back and look at is C Lolly. I don't know, how would Inetha, I mean, we don't know necessarily how Inetha stacks up. I guess we do actually, because it is just an extra hit, right? But Inetha doesn't have her DPS right now, which, to be fair, Lauma also doesn't, right? Lauma does not have her DPS right now, so we don't know necessarily how much this may affect her DPS, because if we're being entirely honest, this is going to affect Nefer's damage, right? Nefer's damage is going to be affected by this, which is good. So we don't know the full extent to how good it is, but right now, I can't say for 100% certain that it's not good, but I can say definitely that it doesn't feel that great, right? It just doesn't feel like it's super insane or super amazing. And I don't know if it would be worth to get C2. I feel like what we're going to see is Nefer's going to come out, and Nefer's own C2 is probably going to be better than this. As crazy as this thing looks, I feel like it's not that insane. Although you say 20,000 extra damage, because let's just say it goes up to 70 by using the right team. It goes up to 70 by using the right team. That's 20,000 damage extra per bloom hit. You do 30 of those, that's 600,000 extra damage, which is pretty good, right? So this is I would say it's good, but it's weirdly deceptive and making you think that, oh my god, it's overly busted. This is the most insane constellation, because the multipliers are just that high. So interesting. Thank you guys for watching this video. Make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.